What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video, and we have some sensational news that Liverpool could be given a 3-0 win against Leipzig in the first leg if Leipzig can't find a neutral venue to play the Leipzig-Liverpool game, because the German government didn't give an exception to the Liverpool players to travel into Germany. There is a wide travel ban on all UK citizens to travel to Germany right now because of the pandemic and this new more infectious variant that is rampant in the UK. And Leipzig has until February 8th to tell UEFA if their home game against Liverpool can be played because of this travel ban. So if they can't host or find a neutral venue, by then Liverpool will be given a 3-0 win for the first leg. Sky in Germany are reporting this, and even my hometown, my home city, Budapest, is a beautiful newly built Puskás Arena could be a possible meeting ground, possible venue for the Leipzig-Liverpool game. And of course it will be played behind closed doors, so I can't be going to the game, but I will be absolutely gutted if Liverpool are playing like 2 kilometers away from my house. That's how close the stadium is to my house, and I would be absolutely gutted if Liverpool were playing here and I couldn't watch them play live. But of course the Bundesliga challengers Leipzig are given the deadline by like next Monday, so they don't have a lot of time. Now it's Friday, and by next Monday they have to find a neutral venue. There of course is a possibility that the Netherlands or Belgium could host the venue. So let's dive deep and give some background to this. So the Interior Ministry had already announced a ban on travelers for countries with high mutation numbers, so UK, Brazil, South Africa, Portugal, and this travel ban is running until at least February 17th, but it could be extended to even more. So UEFA had encouraged clubs to lobby for exceptions to COVID rules where necessary. So Leipzig did lobby, and the appeal has been rejected by the federal German authorities. So UEFA requires solution by Monday. This could be a natural venue. Salzburg has been mentioned in the German media, or the game could be pushed back. Worst case would be a 0-3 forfeit by Leipzig if no solution is found. One possibility is that teams can agree to switch the order of fixtures, but I'm not sure if that could work, because there could be still a travel ban in place by the time the second leg has to be played, because the travel ban can be extended at any time. And also Liverpool fought hard to win the group, and they deserve an advantage of playing the first leg away from home and the second leg at Anfield, so switching it around wouldn't sit well with me. So what we know so far is that Liverpool cannot travel to Germany under any circumstances to play the Leipzig game, at least until the February 17th. So I think that Leipzig will probably find a neutral venue, and we could play in the Salzburg stadium, or we could play in the Netherlands, in Belgium, even in Budapest, Hungary as well. So the federal police in Germany informed RB Leipzig that basically they won't grant any exceptions for Liverpool to travel to Germany. And the problem with this is not just traveling to Germany, but you have to isolate for 10 to 14 days upon traveling to Germany, and then you would be able to play the game. And of course, in this tight, congested schedule, you don't have 10 to 14 days to spare. Not for Leipzig, not for Liverpool. Leipzig have Bundesliga games as well. So this will be a very interesting, and I will watch it closely, the developments on what could happen in the next few weeks, in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And I'm really intrigued by what this could, how this could pan out. In the end, I think Leipzig will find a neutral venue, but imagine if they can't. Imagine if Liverpool are given a 3-0 win in the first leg. That would be probably something unheard of. I've never remember a European fixture that cannot be fulfilled. because of a travel ban or travel restriction. What is also interesting is that Jamie Carragher hasn't ruled out Liverpool from the Premier League title race yet, but he said this. Andy Robertson has come out and said Liverpool aren't in the title race, and I think that is the right way to look at it at the moment. Liverpool have to be looking at the top four, and to say the obvious, take each game as it comes, because the form is so down, it's so inconsistent. There are so many changes to the team that you are never quite sure what the team is going to be. Alisson was out at the last minute against Brighton, and Liverpool are still waiting for players to come back from injuries. So I think from now on, if you were to offer Liverpool a top four finish, they would take that and shake your hand. That should be the mindset for Liverpool, because that is what they are aiming for at the moment. If they could get back into the title race, and to do that they would have to beat Man City on Sunday. You could maybe see where they are with 7 or 8 games to go. Hopefully from Liverpool's perspective, Man City could have some sort of drop. At the moment it doesn't look like it, but the run Man City are on at the moment is out of this world. It's impossible to keep that going. Man City cannot win every single game, so I would expect them to drop points at some stage. But the problem for Liverpool is that the gap is too big, and it certainly will be if they failed to win at Anfield. And even though Liverpool are in pretty bad form, they haven't scored a goal in 3 games at Anfield, but they are winless in 4 home games in a row, and I can't remember when was the last time that happened in the Premier League. But Liverpool can cause Man City problems on any given day. There are no secrets with how Liverpool play. They have caused Man City huge problems before. Guardiola has said this Liverpool team is the toughest he has played against, maybe in his managerial career. It's not the Liverpool team we have seen in the last couple of years, but it will be different to what we saw against Brighton. I expect Alisson to be back. Fabinho could be back at centre-back. Maybe the new centre-back Ozan Kabak plays with Jordan Henderson playing in midfield. And I think Sadio Mane will be back. If that is the case, it would feel like Liverpool had half of their team back. So that would be a lot stronger proposition. And I think Liverpool will give Man City a really good game. Let's not forget, this is a Man City with no Sergio Aguero or Kevin De Bruyne. And this season has been all about keeping clean sheets. Liverpool have been struggling to score goals against certain types of teams, and I wouldn't class Man City as one of them. Man City aren't a defensive team. They are very good defensively. That's a big difference. They will attack and look to hurt Liverpool, so it will be a really good game. Liverpool looked back to their best in the performances against Man United in the FA Cup, West Ham and Tottenham, where the onus was on the home team to come out and attack. I think Man City will look to win the game, so it should make for a really interesting game. It's still a game Liverpool can win, even after the struggles and poor results they have had recently, and Guardiola will know that. And I agree with Carragher. If Liverpool can get a lot of players back from their injuries, Fabinho, Alisson, Mane, but even if we just get Mane and Alisson back and maybe play Ozan Kabak with somebody like Nat Phillips at the back and push Henderson into midfield, I think we need either Henderson or Fabinho in midfield. We really missed their drive, their energy in the last few games. But Jurgen Klopp will know what to do. He is a very experienced manager, and I think he will set up Liverpool to hurt Manchester City. And even if we lose to Man City for the first time since 2003, yes, you heard that right, Man City haven't won at Anfield since 2003. Even if we lose that game, nothing really changes for Liverpool in terms of we will just try and finish in the top 4. But if we could somehow get a win, that could galvanize this Liverpool team to go on a run for the rest of the season. Peter Crouch said Liverpool don't look superhuman anymore. They were superhuman last year, and I think we are seeing a human side of Liverpool, understandably so. They are missing Alisson, Van Dijk, Jota, Sadio Mane, Fabinho, Matip. Anyone would miss those players. Having said that, they are a title-winning side. They won the Champions League. They should have a deeper squad. Liverpool are capable of putting a real big run together, but whether you can see Man City losing 4 or 5 games, I'm not so sure. There's over-reliance on Mo Salah. Firmino has got to step it up. It felt like he was coming back into it, but Salah is the one scoring the goals. It was a shame when Jota got injured, as he was pushing them to start. When Salah is not on it or he misses chances, I just don't think there is enough goal threat in Liverpool's side. When Mane is out, when Jota's out, there are just not enough players who can score goals regularly. And Sunday is massive. It's massive for both teams. If Liverpool have hopes of winning the league, they have to win that. I think we are hanging on by a thread, as Jamie Carragher said, and Jurgen Klopp hopes Mane will be fit for the Man City game. With Sadio, we will see. He might be available for the Man City game. I don't know. He didn't train with the team recently, but I think today or tomorrow he could. And Fabinho also gave an update on his injury situation. He said, I felt a slight discomfort in training, so we decided that I shouldn't play against Tottenham or West Ham or Brighton. I started undergoing my recovery training straight away, and I'm feeling a lot better than I was at the start of last week. Hopefully I will have the opportunity to come back for these games we have coming up. We are not exactly sure how long I will be out, but I'm working hard to be back playing as soon as possible. We know the quality of the Man City team. Of course, we have had a few players out this season with injuries and the virus, but we know that we have the quality to be in a better position in the league table. The confidence will be back for sure. We just have to keep working hard because the quality is there. Sometimes you have difficult times in football and you just have to be together, work hard and do everything you can to win, because you know the results can turn around just as quickly. And that's the thing, if Liverpool get a few wins on the board, the league table will look a lot different. And Man City will now have their hardest run in the whole season. It has been plain sailing for Manchester City, mainly because of the fixtures and also because defensively they are just so good with Ruben Dias and John Stones hitting top form. Man City played basically all the teams that they are expected to beat, but I think the games coming up for Man City, they will lose some of them, because Man City in the Premier League, they play Liverpool away, Tottenham at home, Everton away, Arsenal away, West Ham at home and Manchester United at home. So that's 6 games and they could actually not win like 4 of them. On the other hand, of course, Liverpool have Man City, Leicester, Everton to play, so we also have tough games, but we will play teams who will attack Liverpool, and that's where Liverpool had a lot of good results. When we are playing against teams who just sit back and park the bus, Liverpool just didn't really have any joy against those teams. But I think against teams who attack Liverpool, Liverpool can have a lot of space, and hopefully we will be able to exploit that space. And I really hope that Liverpool can win these next few games, starting with Man City. John Barnes said if they feel they can go to a better club, like players who want to leave Liverpool, then that's up to them. But it's important to remember that the season would not at all be a failure if Liverpool weren't to win anything. I don't think winning a trophy would necessarily mean that players would want to leave Liverpool, because if we finish somewhere at the top of the table, near the top of the table, and played as well as we have done, yet didn't win a trophy, that doesn't mean that the team has failed. Yes, losing to Brighton the other day wasn't ideal. It's football, these things happen, but it doesn't mean that you have to start to write off an entire team. If you are a few points off the top, that shows that you are consistently challenging each week and you are performing in a good manner. It's always about how close you can get to the top of the league, which shows how good you are as a team. The trophies are then the bonus to all that hard work. For a player such as Wijnaldum, with his contract coming to an end, it's obviously up to him to decide whether he will stay or go, but I don't think that his decision will have anything to do with Liverpool winning the league or the Champions League this season or not. At this stage of his career, Wijnaldum would want to be somewhere where he is guaranteed to play rather than just looking for a big salary. And if he feels that Liverpool will give him that, then I think he will stay. But it will be interesting to see how this pans out. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you guys. Goodbye.